As a teenager, I think I didn't stop believing in God, but I certainly stopped being interested in his story.
My parents were very active members in the church community. You're engaging in community, you're being active, you're being a part of church.
God really called me back and was just like, why don't you come see what I have in store for you? And so...
That's when Shayna comes into the picture.
I joined the worship team at King's University. Shayna was my worship leader.
We bumped heads a lot.
The first time we hung out was...
when you brought me to City Life.
Yeah, I was coming to City Life very casually, you know. I was the person who would come in last and leave first so that I wouldn't have to talk to anybody.
I did really push. Let's stay a little bit. Let's talk to one person after church.
That first Sunday, it was announced that there was gonna be an Edmonton location starting in West Edmonton Mall at the movie theater, which was just a really cool venue for church. And I thought, well, here's an opportunity for us to really get involved. It was a celebration every Sunday morning. We had so many people serving in Edmonton for setting up and tearing down that we would get to see every day. And then we got this great group of people coming into the theater. So we had 2 locations and momentum for City Life was really strong.
And then COVID hit. Everything I remember just stopped. Churches shut down, both locations.
I went from attending church, from being a part of church, to watching church.
I did not like online church as much as I liked in-person church. And it was so easy to just push it off.
It really just exposed church was a form of entertainment for me. Will I just pass by it because it's not exciting or doesn't align with my particular wants on that morning?
This season really did challenge my faith.
And then things started to change. Churches opened up again. We were allowed to gather in person. We got married.
Yep.
And
that
we
was fun.
both graduated from King's University. Even though there seemed to be a lot of hope and a lot of momentum in positive ways, we really had to start church again.
That really did spark my servant heart again, that desire to be a part of church and to serve God and to serve our church community. I always feel like when there's a need and you can personally fill it, you should be filling it, especially for the continuation of God's kingdom and to help it maintain and survive. It's really encouraging to know how many people were able to stick around and still help serve. It was also really encouraging to know that we weren't the only ones struggling during that time.
It's been interesting to really follow in this journey that I think the global church has been on.
I'm really excited to see what Jesus is doing through this season.
Maybe he needed to just hit the emergency stop to try to get us repositioned to realize his vision for his church.
Sometimes when you're going and struggling, your faith seems so small, but God can move mountains with that.
In this season, I don't know where he's leading us, but it's really great that I don't have to. And I feel like God's just putting together this incredible, huge mural, but I'm like 3 inches from it, and he's given me a brush, and he's just like, I just need you to do these strokes. I need you to do these things. And it's okay if you don't see what that's gonna turn into, but sometimes you need just enough faith to move, and God can do something really incredible with that.
God never intended you to just stay still. He intended you to move and to take that next step. And so if you have just enough faith to show up or to connect or to watch church again, even if it is online or even coming in person, God can use that and God can do so much with it.